All right, here we go. Right into this thing. Let's play some foosball.
Here we go, folks. Get ready. This is our game of the week. A matchup
Game of
everybody's
the
been
week.
waiting for. There's tremendous energy here in the building. This is not just a regular matchup. Battle of top 10 teams. Two teams colliding early in the season. One team can make a strong statement about the season ahead. We'll see a team that's had a chance to rest from a bye week. The Tulsa Golden Hurricane. Taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Florida Atlantic Owls. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Tulsa will kick it off to get us underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20, tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. Big guys up front, line up. It's first down.
Oh, rules on.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. The pickup is 5 yards, so it's 2nd down and 5.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid gain, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
And they'll run it out of the shotgun. Moves the ball out across the 30, and that's good for a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Handoff here from the shotgun.
Nothing. Let's go.
For a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path, just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Breaking free at midfield. And an explosive gain moves the ball across midfield, well spotted at the 42.
Well, this is what you see all over college football and even up, obviously, in the NFL. These tight ends are really recruited as big receivers, and they can get one-on-one matchups, and they've got speed after the catch. This is a short throw. You can see what he does after the catch, and he is a tough matchup for whether it's a safety, a nickel, or a linebacker.
Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone.
We gotta get some pressure on him. He's got way too much time with this offensive line. Holy cow.
Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
And the broken tackle there produces a solid game.
Boy, trawls and screens are a great way to counter an effective pass rush. Allow those defensive ends to get upfield and then hand it off at the last second.
2nd down play coming up. An inside give now from the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, I don't think the offensive line gave the back much of a chance at all. Now, give credit to the defense. It was almost like they were anticipating a run and got up close to the line of scrimmage in a hurry.
Really digging in the bag of tricks here. Jeez.
Here comes the 7th play of a good-looking opening drive, but it's 3rd down now. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
This defensive coordinator better make some adjustments. This back is on fire to start this game. You better start committing those safeties down, overloading that line of scrimmage, because this back is physical, he's got speed, and he is tough to bring down.
Running out of time in the pocket.
There we go.
It's the senior getting home with the sack.
This is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for a loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Brought down at the 5 after the completion. Defense getting pushed back.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
That play sets up a 3rd and goal from the 5 now. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And he takes it in for the score.
All right.
Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
Back and forth we go. First one to turn the ball over wins.
And having a quarterback that he can trust in these critical areas. Here you are, 3rd and goal. What do? Put the ball in the hands of that quarterback. Whether he runs it in or throws it, you know he's going to make the right decision. Found the matchup, made the throw, and you get a touchdown to open the game.
And it's 7-0 after the BAT. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? There's the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, that was fun.
I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more.
Oh, the pass is picked off. Going the other way, can they catch him? Out past the 30, past the 20. Not just the pick, but a big return sets up the offense in good position.
Nice job by this defense jumping on that football to come up with the interception. And not exactly how this quarterback envisioned this game starting. His very first throw of the game, he puts into traffic, and he costs his team in a big way.
And the Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. He's got it right near the end zone.
Oof.
And he's in. Touchdown, FAU. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kurt.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
All right, what can we do
The
here?
lead is 14. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. That one bounces through the end zone, so it'll start at the 25. First down here for this offense. Look him out throwing here to start the drive. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Kind of a fine line here, Chris, for me when it comes to throwing a screen pass. You don't want to throw it too early, obviously, and the defense reacts quickly and can sniff it out. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late and potentially get sacked. You got to make sure it hits just right for this play to work.
Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. Looking for his big tight end. Easy throw to a wide open receiver downfield. And the gain just good enough for a first down.
Boy, they do a great job here on play action. The linebackers were completely
Almost pump faked my way into a
2-3
sack.
steps up into the line of scrimmage, opened up a nice lane behind the backers, between the safeties, for the quarterback to make the read and a good throw downfield.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Ball handed to the running back. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. Tell you what,
See if he drops.
they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big time
Danger.
runs. It makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
Time for one more play here in the quarter. He's back to throw again on second down. He's moving out of the pocket. And he's going to run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Wanted no part of contact on that play.
Whoops. Well, we might as well try.
We begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this third down. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. He'll take a deep shot. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up fourth down.
Boy, this quarterback is really rolling the dice out here today. Remember, he threw an interception the last time they had the ball. I thought he might learn from that, but instead he comes out throwing it into coverage again, somehow catches a break on this tip ball that this one was an interception. He better tighten up his decision-making.
Oh, my gosh.
Himself a game.
Touchdown, Owls. Huge play by the special teams. The special teams touchdown.
I don't need him to listen to this.
Momentum-changing play in this game.
But that was just a thing of beauty to watch this return. The gunners were flying down. He's able to avoid them, picks up a couple blocks, and then you could see him gaining momentum and confidence as he was getting downfield, eventually all the way to the end zone.
No problem with PAT right down the middle. Now they get set to kick it away. They'll return it from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. The Tulsa offense back on the field now. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. And this time the defense is all over the quarterback run. They bring him down short of the marker. Here's the second down play. And he'll set up to throw. Receiver makes the grab. And they wrap him up after the completion just short of the first down marker. So from the 28-yard line, it's a third and manageable here. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on third down, but now it brings up fourth.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here, third and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes. Is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this fourth and short.
A pop pass on the jet sweep.
Oh, my gosh.
He's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop.
Maybe a little bit too creative here on this fourth down play call by the offense. I think the defense was anticipating the offense trying to get the ball into the hands of that receiver, whether it was a pass or a run. And by anticipating it, they're able to keep him short of the first down marker.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. He hands it off from the gun. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
It's a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early downs. You stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the second and third down coming up.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Well, no surprise from offense.
Oh, this is getting ugly.
Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
Attack on the PAT again, and it's 28-0. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. The kickoff, a little too hot to handle, goes through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tulsa offense back out there. On 1st and 10, looking to throw.
Oh, hit him in the hands.
Defensive play brings up second down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Incomplete, so it's 2nd down and 10. Using his legs, it's Owens. That's a solid gain, moves the ball to the 29. So it's 3rd and long from the 29. Defense figures to bring pressure here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking to make a big play.
Oh my gosh. Come on.
Is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. Not much of a return, but the important thing is the interception sets the offense up at the 45. Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
There's a nice sack by this defense, something that they've been looking for. They've been on their heels most of this football game. That time they were able to get after the quarterback and bring him down. Let's see if that can provide a bit of a spark. See if they can get a little bit of momentum going their way.
And he's looking to make a big play downfield.
Come on, jump.
Hauled in inside the 15. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, FAU.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense
I don't know why I didn't jump.
in their roles. And when they're rolling like this, it results in quick and positive results.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner opportunity to bring this back. And that kick will just bound into the end zone for a touchback. Golden Hurricanes offense back on the field now. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Gets rid of it on the move. The QB throws his 3rd pick of the day. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Well, it looks like somebody did a great job of preparing himself to get ready for this football game. It's his 2nd interception in this game so far. Obviously reviewed the tape, is locked in on his fundamentals. That's a...
Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown. Owl.
Oh, this is a whooping.
Well, they began with great field position, and that didn't take long at all, Kirk.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an opportunity. Your defense sets you up in great field position. You're not looking for a field goal. You're looking for a touchdown. Give the credit to this offense for being aggressive and punching it in.
Went after, up and good. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And that kick will just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 25. The Tulsa offense back on the field now. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. They'll tackle him right at the 31.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Finds a man open on the right side downfield. They bring him down, but that is a huge play for this passing game. Big game. So we've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense trying to get something going here and cut into this lead before halftime. The offense finally producing here. Sets up a 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Makes the catch downfield. Tackle made quickly at the 11, but the offense in the red zone now.
Chris, it's so much fun to watch the athleticism at the wide receiver position nowadays. The ability to make plays on the outside is extraordinary, and they bring a certain toughness, too, that catches my eye.
First down, looking to throw the ball. Trying to extend the play. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offensive great scoring position here.
Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. He's got it near the end zone. And he can't quite get in. They get him down at the 1-yard line.
Well, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Muscles across the goal line.
Here we go.
Touchdown.
We're on the board.
Hurricane. And they'll set up for the PAT. And it's good. Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick.
Oh.
Onside kick works to perfection. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down.
Gators 4.
Handoff from the shotgun.
Oh my gosh.
Finds room at the 30. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic.
Chris, all week I wondered if this back might get loose and come up with a big play like this. The defense had their back turned, couldn't really see where he was. By the time they realized it, he just had too much speed, and he's able to take it to the
Gonna
end
know
zone.
this song
And the PAT
quite nicely.
is good as they continue to pull away even more. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Turn starts inside the 15. And he'll be tackled after a solid effort on that return. Here comes the Tulsa offense back out there. This has been a rough first half. They'll have to regroup in intermission, but in the meantime, let's see if they can get some momentum going. He makes the grab. He's brought down, but a solid gain moves the ball across midfield to the 41.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation.
Looking for a deep completion. Makes the
Here we go.
catch. Can he get in? And he will score. Touchdown, Tulsa. Now the important point after attempt. And the PAT is good. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum.
Oh my gosh.
And a misfire there on the kickoff as it goes out of bounds. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down play call. How aggressive will it be?
How aggressive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking to make a play deep downfield. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Well, it's an incompletion here, but I bet this secondary is going to play a little bit deeper just to make sure they don't get hit on any deep throws later in this game.
Incompletion makes it second down. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Pass incomplete under heavy pressure. Just got it away.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When a quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
Wow. What's going on with his quarterback?
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Or not. That's cool. Stay away from it now.
And the coverage team downs the ball right there.
Well, the coverage unit does their job here. They're fired up, and they should be. Of course, the punter got some help from his friend, the football, right? What a kick to set them up in a good spot for the defense to go to work.
First down, looking to throw the football. Receiver makes the catch, and the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just, he'll take a deep shot here. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime.
Had a linebacker on that guy.
The offense really clicking against this embattled defense. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Look at this. He'll go deep again. And
1 second left.
With just 1 second remaining on the clock.
The quarterback's got to do a better job here of reading the coverage. He was determined to get that ball thrown to this receiver, but they played double coverage. He still tries to throw it, and he almost threw an interception.
Looking to scramble. He's going to take
He was passed.
That deep shot is caught for a big gain.
Illegal forward
He's brought
pass.
down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. The officials make the easy call. Quarterback was well past line of scrimmage before throwing the ball. Minutes going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And here's the return from inside the 5. The returner is brought down.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's moving out of the pocket. Trying to create here on the move.
There you go.
Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets
I
a
don't
fresh
want
set
to
of
do that.
downs. So just one play, and they're just shy of midfield now. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Nice throw, caught for a completion. Tackle is finally made, but not before it's a huge gain down to the 25. Big chunk play. This offense operating at peak efficiency. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
We are 4 down territory.
By the defensive pressure, and now it brings up 3rd down. See if the offense can move the chains off that incompletion. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Running back has it on a screen now.
I just need my offensive line to hold for like 4 seconds. Come on. Hold the guy. I don't care.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this game alive right here.
He's swarmed by the defense. 2nd down and goal upcoming.
He was offsides, ref.
Punch it in for the score. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Boy, how about this defense? Just so physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
3rd and goal, they'll try to run it.
Here we go.
And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Hurricane.
But when you have a big physical offensive line, you can wait to 3rd and goal and rely on them and the running back to get you a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights. Here's the kickoff team now. Set to
Apparently I just had to shake some rust off. Jesus. If only my defense could make a stop, which it can't.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. offense takes the field again. They're coming off a 3 and out, looking to produce a positive drive here. He'll pitch it. They make the tackle, but enough for a first down. Textbook execution on the option.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
Breaks a tackle on the play and makes a decent gain.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium.
Oh!
Catch made on the out route. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
You call a quick out on 3rd down, I think that tells you the confidence you have in a quarterback to be able to make that throw. And on top of that, a little surprised the defense would give that kind of cushion to be able to give him room to pick up that first down.
The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
That's just not a whole lot of options here for this quarterback on the RPO. The defense, give them credit. They did a nice job of sniffing it out. I wouldn't be surprised if the quarterback is second-guessing that decision of giving it to the back instead of pulling that.
Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense.
Ooh, he's scared.
Chris, all week they heard about how fast this guy is. The defense coordinator told them they watched the film. They've seen this guy a lot. But I think the reality is seeing it now in person, I think it's surprised them. They've got to make some adjustments to their defense, or this guy and his speed will continue to have a field day.
They've got him at the 5. Great run to set up scoring position here.
Chris, that's another good run for him. He's had such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. The defense able to bring him down to wrap up the 3rd quarter of play. They had the break to talk about it. Now we begin the quarter with the offense set up 2nd and goal. And the quarterback keeps it here. Touchdown, FAU.
It'd be funny if one of his key players breaks his leg.
That's another touchdown for these guys. Man, they have had a day that you dream about, whether it's the quarterback, the running back, the receivers, the offensive line. The entire unit has been dominant.
The extra point is good. They stretch the lead a little bit more. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Golden Hurricanes offense back on the field now. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. That's a nice pickup there. They find some space in the zone and pick up the first down.
Yeah, really nice call here, Chris, to be able to pick up this first down on this drag route. The quarterback does a nice job of being patient, waiting for that window to open up in that zone, and he put it right on the money for the receiver to have a chance to not just catch it, but eventually get the first.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. Offense looking to throw the ball.
Oh, shit.
Makes the catch. It's Gonzalez. The defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down. And the wideout goes in motion. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Tackled at the 33. That's good enough for a first down. The offense right to the line, playing with tempo now.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Hey, you got a new
Didn't realize a jet sweep was considered a run.
2nd down after the incompletion. And the quarterback dropping back. He's going to pull it down and run. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. From From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the play goes nowhere.
That's my bad.
But it'll be 4th down.
I forgot I had it as an RPO.
Down multiple possessions. Easy choice. 4th down, looking to throw for it. The pocket breaking down. He stays alive. And he's swarmed by the pass rush.
Should have just ran it.
That's really good coverage downfield, and it just looked like the quarterback was waiting and waiting and waiting a little bit too long. By the time he decides to try to make a throw, nothing's open. The result is a sack and a turnover on downs.
Brought down, the broken tackle produced a solid gain there. 2nd down play coming up for this offense. They'll work the clock here with the running game. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a 1st down.
See, that's how you limit what
Surprised he
an offense
hasn't
wants to do.
pulled out
This
his
time,
gadget play
the
yet.
defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
On 3rd and short, they hand the ball off. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
What a shock, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seem to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed, along with really dominant offensive line play.
The back's got it. The gain is 5, so it's 2nd and 5 now.
Just another example of this offense, Chris, doing pretty much whatever they want to do. They've been able to run the football. Offensive lines held their own in pass protection. Quarterbacks had an outstanding day. You add all that up, it's a big reason why they're up by such a wide margin.
Talk about quickness. That play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
Hit as he gets the pass away.
There we go. Finally. He jumped.
He's got some room and some blockers here. And he steps out after a nice return. What a momentum shifter this could be.
That's just a poor decision by the offensive coordinator and the quarterback. Working with the lead, run the football here and work the clock instead. Throws it into coverage. Now they got a chance to get right back in the game.
And looking for a big play here. Another interception. That's number 4 today. Are you kidding me? Oh, and now he fumbles the ball. They scoop up the ball. It's still a live play.
The offensive staff just took a collective sigh.
What's up, Dustin?
But I'd still anticipate that someone's going to pull that ball carrier aside, give him a couple of choice words on the importance of ball security.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably think about going through the air.
That massacre is over.
Well, frankly, Kirk, we hope for games with a little bit more offense. This one got out of hand.
Well, the 69 action did not work out in my favor.
Right? This was a complete blowout. A solid performance in all areas by this team. Their coaches should be proud of how they looked out there today.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. Kirk Herbstreit,
Gross.
and this has been another presentation.